All right, welcome back. I'm gonna go for the walk now. Uh, I was actually contemplating not going for a walk because yesterday I did all my weed whacking, and then, when I was close to being finished. And not really close to being finished. Oh, okay. The light just stupid light. Anyway, close to being finished. I still had, you know, that area all the way over there, you know. Hell, I did, God, what was it? I started working at it at 9 o'clock, and, I got all the way over here, okay? I got all the way over here. You could see that. Did all that. I was down there. Let's go over here. Down there, that, if you can see that edge there, that bank, and then all the way down there. Okay. So I got all the way over there, and I saw this car come driving up, slow down as it went past me, and I'm thinking, don't you stop and ask me directions, because I got work to do. Okay. It's like I got work to do. I want to get it done because I got more work to do. And they turned around and came back and drove past me. And I'm like, okay. And then I just happened to look up and I saw my uncle come walking over. And I'm like, now what does he want? Well, here, a damn tree fell down. And I don't know if it was hickory or whatever. And then I had to saw that damn thing up. And that thing was a motherfucker. My chain on the chainsaw, I had been using that for a while, and I probably should have changed that. I think that was the problem. But man, cutting that thing up, moving it around, because it was the roots, because we've had so much damn rain here in the beginning of May that it's just pathetic. These trees got these shitty little roots, and then the roots snap, and then the tree falls down. Because this tree was solid. It didn't have any bark on, but it was not, it was like up near the top, it was dead. But the rest of the tree, the big heavy part, no, that wasn't dead. So I had to cut that, move that over, and then after I was done with that, I took took a bit of a break, and then I came out and finished everything. So I was thinking, man, I walked and walked and walked and cut trees and, shoved shit, but I thought, the hell with it. I drank a couple cups of coffee, and now I'm going for a walk. And I'm not going to walk all the way, you know. I think I'm going to walk down to the racetrack, come around, and then walk back home. Maybe I'll show you the tree. It's dark, but I got a flashlight. Oh, man. I want to address two comments. The one, now I don't know if Mr. Lord Martin Waghorn was just, he, talked about my foul language. Now that, FOWL. Now, I'm not the type of person, if you misspell words, that I go, hey, buddy, you misspell a word. I hate those people, don't you? It's like grammar Nazis. You didn't use the right punctuation. And if they're male, I'm thinking, are you wearing a skirt right now when you're typing that? You particular little frivolous pansy? Because that to me is just bitch shit. I don't care if you comment and you got hit the caps lock and you just type in one huge friggin' sentence because you don't like what I'm doing or you don't like me. Oh well, that's what you want to do. It ain't gonna affect me. But if it's now, I'm gonna talk about the FOUL language, like fuck and shit and piss and SOB and all that stuff. Now, I am going to continue to use those words, not all the time, but if your ears can't stand that, maybe you ought to think about, stop being a little pansy. I remember going to church, when I was still a Christian before I deconverted, and you got a lot of that in church. This self-righteous, I don't like these swear words because my Jesus wouldn't like it. I don't care. Okay, don't do this, and these people here that do that, and it's mostly about pearl clutching, virtue signaling. Because curse words are words too. And I have the right to freedom of expression. Now, let's just talk about this right. That's in the Bill of Rights, okay? The Bill of Rights says we have the right to freedom of speech, and that involves freedom of expression. Now, I'm going to tell the government that no government has a right to give me rights, okay? The government don't give me rights. My right to freedom of speech is at birth. That's when I got that right. I have the right to say what I want. So, freedom of expression is going to be, exercised in my domain as much as possible. I mean, heck, I can't say what I want to say at work because if I said what I wanted to say, I'd probably be in the office and, you better watch what you said. I heard what you said. I was already told that at work a couple times about what I said. Because people are real sensitive. And I think that as men, we need to become more intolerant and start forcing the issue. Maybe, put your arm around people and say it right in their ear. Put your arm around them and get real close and go, fuck. How do you feel about that, huh? But anyway, no. Freedom of expression. Another one, Bulldog said I should be more happy. Well, I'm going to say this. Is there a car coming? No, guess there ain't a car coming. It's probably something down here at the racetrack. But I'm not really a happy person. And I don't really think, as men, that we should be happy, per se. I believe that as men, we should be content. And there's a number of areas in my life that are not content. I would say they're contentious. One of them is the wage slavery that I got to do 5 days a week. That there just drives you down and, gets you anxious because it's piece rate. I got to bust my ass, try to stay ahead of, some of the shit that I got to stay ahead of, cover my own ass. All right, here's the racetrack. So I'm going to turn around and go back home. But yeah, now, one of the things is in the past 5 years that I have been working on myself, I have seen different changes in my anger because what I'm trying to do is redirect my anger in a positive direction. Okay, now, years ago when I first got computers, my temper was that bad that I broke the computers quite a bit. I had to get a number of computers because I would be playing a game and I would be losing at the game, and then the computer would get kicked down the hall, thrown up against the wall, shit like that. And that there is something that had changed, because I recently, last year, had a computer that died on its own. That's right, it died on its own. Which I thought about that, and I was like, holy crap. I've had that computer, I don't even remember when I bought it. And it was a desktop, and it died on its own. So that there was something to where within this 5 years, well, it was before that. That there was kind of, I guess, where when I got it, I decided I'm not going to do that. Not having any hope that that was going to work, but yeah. So there is, having directing your anger in the wrong direction. Now, when I'm lifting weights, yeah, there is I can get pissed off. And that's actually good, because to a point where you can, put more effort into it. So, I'm going to pretty much continue to try to exercise it in a right direction. But there again, freedom of expression. And, the way the world is, and the government, and shit like that. And people will say, well, what you ought to do is just ignore it. Well, I will hit back with, that's how we got here in the first place, by ignoring it. No, I think we need to focus on it and try to find a way to become, free in our own life. Because, yeah, you're not really going to change a government unless we have pretty much a friggin' war. And then, you know what's going to happen then? Some other assholes are going to rise up and try to become a government. It's like, so I want to become ungovernable as much as possible in my own life, and try to focus that anger in a more positive direction. So yeah, but like I said, I'm gonna still get angry, and I will express it on film. But yeah, that was pretty good. I gotta watch it with these walks, because I tend to do way too much, because it's that, I don't know, male ego. I always feel like I'm not doing enough. And that's another thing I gotta work on. Okay, I gotta stop being Mr. I can go the extra mile. The Navy SEALs have the 40% rule. And when I heard that, I thought, okay, but how do you know when you're at 100%? What are you lying down? What did you go into a coma? You fell unconscious? Were you dead? Because 100%, holy crap. This doggone, tell you, these hands, let me try to get this doggone phone over here in this hand. This hand fell the friggin' completely to sleep. Gotta put it down. Man, wait a minute. Do I just smell a skunk? You motherfucker. Okay. Yeah, I didn't smell that before. No, I didn't smell that before. Now I smell it. You gotta be kidding me. Where the hell is this damn thing? Is that up in the woods? I don't see anything along the road here. Yeah, all of a sudden, I just smelled that damn skunk. What a prick. Holy crap. I don't know if it's up in the woods or what the hell, where the hell it is. But that is really strong. I don't see anything. Yeah, I'll tell you what, huh? Get close to the house. I'm going to go up here and try to show you this tree. Now, this here is across from my damn aunt and uncle, so I'm going to have to talk like this because that friggin' dog inside the house, got to bark at every little sound. Yeah, all of my fingers except all my fingers, my thumb went to sleep on my left hand except for my little pinky. Are you kidding me? All right. All right. Let's see. There you go. There you go. That's the motherfucker there. That thing. Let's make sure. This bastard here. That goes all the way up there into the woods. So what I gotta do is I got mowing today. I got push mowing. So, and the good thing is, I don't know. Is it cloudy? I don't know if it's cloudy. I'm hoping the stars are out. And it's kind of cloudy. Well, it's supposed to be nice today. So I want to try to get the mowing done as soon as possible. And then I want to go over there. I want to put a new chain on. I want to go over there and there's that friggin'... Where the hell are you, skunk? Huh? I don't know if the thing's up in the woods and when it heard me coming, it decided to piss to try to warn me off. Which, hey, you don't have a problem there, pal. I wasn't going to come up in your doggone territory anyway. But, wow. Yeah. So anyway, that's the end of... Got to open the door with a pinky now. Boy, those damn fingers went to sleep something fierce. Holy crap. I didn't realize that. I was too busy talking. Anyway, I got my friggin' dirtiest shirt on. Yeah, it's comfortable. And I added to it yesterday. Where's my stand? Where the hell's my stand? Oh, there it is. Let's get this stand. Let's get this hand over here. All right. Yeah, this damn shirt. God. And the thing is, this shirt's at the point where you wash it and the stains are still there. They're cleaner than they were, but they're still there. So it's kind of like, what's the use? I'll just wear it to do work, and when it falls off of me, it falls off of me. But yeah, but that there, okay, it was hard work, cutting that tree, especially after I already had put in like 2.5, I think it was like 2.5 hours of weed whacking. Now, I did take a break. At around, I went out at 9 o'clock. I came in around 10:31 to take a break. And then I went back out, and now I took a break until I think I took half an hour of a break. So it was like 11 something when I went back out. But it was after 12 when I finally got up here to where I had to stop and then go get the chainsaw and cut that. And then after I was done cutting all that crap up, I came in and took another half an hour break. And I finally ended, it was like, 2:10 in the afternoon when I finally got done. But it was hard work. Some of it pissed me off, okay? Especially that darn tree. In order to cut the thing, you couldn't go down from the top because it would clinch, and then it would grab a hold of your chainsaw, and then you couldn't get it out, so you had to go in from the bottom. Well, there ain't enough room to go in from the bottom. Like you can't lay down on the ground and go in from the bottom. You have to do it where, you're cutting with almost a dull side. There is, the sharp blades are going, but it's not optimal to cut that way. You can cut, and my problem was I had the line where I cut on the one side, and then when I went around, I lined everything up, or I thought I was doing pretty good, but I wasn't because of the way I had to get in there. I was cutting kind of like this. And I was cutting and cutting. I was looking in and I saw a light. I saw it, and it had like this much. And I'm like, what the fuck? Until I went under and I realized that I gotta move the chainsaw to where I get it over this way. Then I finally got it over that way, and then the one part fell. But yeah, a lot of fucking hard work. But I enjoyed it. I'm free. I get to do it. Sure, the tree fell and essentially infringed on my freedom, but I was at home. I got to do what I want. I worked hard. Okay, and I was watching a clip of. I just turned on a couple seconds just to, I guess you could say, get irritated at the bitchiness. Wes Watson and his little boyfriends were gonna have a workout, and I was thinking those are. And then what they had to do was, they showed their pretty little their expensive cars, and I really consider that a lot of faggoty shit. Those are not men. They're weak little pansy asses. And none of them would attempt to do any of that work because they're bitches. I don't like those inferior people in this world. I don't. And I consider them to be inferior. Andrew Tate's another one. Driving his Bugatti, and he put on a little show, I think, last week where he fought 60 guys. And I'm thinking, weren't those fanboys? Those were fanboys. You were fighting fanboys. Why don't you go find somebody who's not a fanboy, who don't like you, and really knows how to fight? He won't do that. Because he won't be able to smoke his little cigars and go driving his Bugatti when he's lying in a hospital bed. I'd like to see that, though. But anyway, I'm going to drink the rest of my coffee. And then I'm going to make breakfast, and I'm going to eat that. And, maybe I'll take a nap. I don't know. But that's all I got right now. It's going on 25 minutes. And this is going to be one video. And then I'm going to make another video with that. I'm going to take Martin Waghorn's or Langhorn or Wagdoodle, his advice, and not have these videos put together unless I can keep it down to a minimum. But anyway, that's all I got right now, and I will be back with probably my shitty boxing practice and the elbow and which it feels pretty good. The right elbow feels pretty good. I always have that little packet of, or whatever you want to say, of fluid on the end of this elbow. But I'll be back for that. So stay tuned.